So some common misconceptions about Jira. So first one is that there's only one Jira tool. So actually there's lots of Jira tools made by Atlassian. So the one that everyone thinks about is Jira software, which is the project management tool usually used by agile teams. But there's also Jira Service Management, which is a service desk product. It's a web-based service portal. There's Confluence, which is a wiki kind of knowledge base that you can use for your teams or for your customers as well. There's Jira Work Management, which is for managing kind of your non-IT tasks. So if you imagine things like HR teams, marketing teams, legal teams, they might want to manage their work. They could do that in Jira Work Management. So another common misconception about Jira, probably the big one, is that buying and using Jira will make you agile. So it will not. So we talk about Jira software here. So Jira software is just a tool. It effectively digitizes how you work. So it won't make you agile. It's just a tool. To become agile, it's a completely different way of working. It's a different mindset. You probably want to get someone like an agile coach involved, and between them and you, you'll be involved in setting up Jira to reflect your new ways of working. A misconception about Jira, and we're particularly thinking Jira software again, is that it'll give you all your MI. It'll just tell you what management information, what metrics to track. It won't. So Jira software has some built-in metrics. So if you're working in sprints and you're using things like story points, it'll measure your velocity so long as you're starting and ending sprints. But it won't tell you what information matters to you, and it won't automatically collect it. So you'll need to think about what's important to you. So think about which things you have to measure that tell you if you've been successful, and you can configure Jira to capture those, and then you'll be able to build dashboards and reports to do that. But it won't tell you what to do. That it'll fix your broken processes. So again, people buy Jira thinking it's going to tell them what to do. It doesn't. It digitizes your processes. So if your processes, if your way of doing things is broken, Jira won't fix that. You'll just have a broken process in Jira. So quite often when you're thinking about moving to Jira or any other tool that's going to manage your workflow, it's a good time to think about your processes, start drawing them out and work out where the holes are, so that you can then digitize them successfully in Jira or whatever other tool you're using. A very common misconception is that we'll buy Jira and we'll set the site up and it'll just do everything. No, you will need to give a lot of thought to what you're going to do, and you will need to spend time configuring it. You may be happy configuring it yourself, or you may want to bring in an expert to help you with that configuration. So that's often where we come in. So if you need help configuring your tool with the technical setup of it, if you need help with some best practices around Jira setup, or just selecting the right product, feel free to get in touch.